I take back what I said. They're not going to prison. They're going under the prison. Because you know for a fact, now that Arcane Season 2 has been leaked in full, and Plankton the Movie as well, associated with Nickelodeon, has been leaked in full. You know, Nickelodeon CEO, you know, Riot CEO, you know, all these anime company CEOs, etc. They're going to take whoever is responsible for this around back and make them disappear with a magic trick. Because straight up, at this point, it's not just millions, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars now that has been lost thanks to this leak. It is absolutely way beyond anything I've seen in recent memory associated with leaks. Because it's like, already with what happened yesterday and what I talked about in my video was bad. It's probably the worst disaster I've seen in at least the anime industry in a long time. And now this, on top of that, this is already what was an absolute shit cake, just smashed with a giant freaking boulder on top of it. It is just like, Netflix has been very silent for the last 70 or so hours since these leaks have been happening for anime, and now that Nickelodeon's being messed with, and now Riot is being messed with, you know Netflix is not going to be able to have their voice silent. They're going to have to make a statement at this point, because now they're no longer dealing with just a few million lost. Hundreds of millions are potentially lost now thanks to this overall leak. And the question I have to wonder myself is, what is going on? Is this a security breach? Is this a rogue employee? An employee that was fired and somehow has access codes to Netflix and can get inside of it or whatever, and they're releasing stuff early? I mean, obviously that's not a good idea. They're going to get prison time, etc. But it's just like, what's going on here? Because now that Netflix has remained silent for so many days, and it's very clear now after the leaks that's happened today with Arcane that is now stretching beyond the anime industry, it's going into Nickelodeon and Riot themselves associated with Arcane. This means that this situation is definitely affiliated with Netflix, because these are Netflix shows. Arcane is set to only release on Netflix, and the fact that it was leaked means that someone has access to this information, has access to these files, and they're able to release them. Now, there's a few theories that's been floating around for a while now, and I was slightly believing it, even if obviously it was just a rumor, speculation, there was no proof. One theory that people had, and I was kind of starting to feel maybe it might be the case, was that maybe thanks to what's happened as of late with anime, with localizers being replaced with, you know, AI translations, maybe there was a disgruntled employee that was upset that they were going to potentially be replaced, and they decided to get back at, like, you know, the anime industry or whatever, and, you know, release episodes. But now that, like I said, it's stretched out into Plankton and also Arcane, I don't really think that's the case at this point. Now, what I have to wonder, is it a security breach? And someone pointed this out earlier today to me, and it's made me think a lot. There was a huge cyber security, like, attack or whatever, like, a few weeks back, like, everything was down these old systems. A lot of people were probably unaware of that. I mean, I was unaware of it until the next day, because obviously I didn't have anything associated with that, but a lot of systems and stuff were down. You can look it up on Google, and you can type in, like, large cybersecurity attack or whatever, you know, on the USA or something. You'll see that, like, a few weeks back. Someone said that it's potentially possible that when that happened, maybe someone got access to Netflix and got into it and stole a lot of information from Netflix. That is what I saw someone say. Now, once again, I don't know if this is true, no proof, etc. I don't know if Netflix was actually affected by it or not, but it is food for thought. There was a huge cyber attack a few weeks back, so yeah, you can think about that. But anyways, with that being said, whatever the case may be, I have to wonder, thanks to just this continuously happening, is my account details safe? And I think this is what Netflix really needs to do now, is really tell its subscribers, people that are putting their account details, their information, debit, credit card information on their site, they need to tell them, should they worry? Should they change their passwords? Because now I'm like, if someone's hacked into your system and they're stealing all this and posting this illegally, is my debit card information, okay. Like, do I have to worry? You know, obviously people associated with Netflix should be aware of this. So, the fact that Netflix has remained very silent for these past few days as this continuously gets worse and worse, and obviously Netflix should be aware at this point. There is no way you're telling me a multi-billion-dollar company is unaware of the current situation taking place with all these shows being leaked. There's just no freaking way. I know they're potentially incompetent. I really doubt they're that level of incompetent. There is no freaking way. So because of that, it's just like, you should definitely make a statement now at this time. I mean, obviously with this Arcane stuff, this is definitely going to force them to potentially talk about it now, because you know Riot, they are not going to be happy once they hear about this today. You know they're not, because this is losing them money. Oh yeah, 100%. This loses them money, not just because of, let's say, the fact of the premiere, but obviously when stuff like this happens, like with Arcane releases, a lot of stuff, like for instance League of Legends, will potentially have special collabs or events within their game to celebrate Arcane Season 2. This happens with a lot of products, and the fact that, you know, it's been leaked early, this is going to really mess with that overall initial premiere of Arcane Season 2 to, you know, go with the event potentially that happens in League of Legends if there is an event. So you can see where that affects the overall income and money of League of Legends and Riot in general because of what happened here alone with this series. That's not including everything else that has been leaked as of late. So I want to be blunt with you, man. This is bad. This is way beyond what I figured it would be a few days ago. Like, I've been covering this topic now at this point for the past 3 days. This is the third day, and honestly, I'm getting a little bit tired of making these videos on this, but at the same time, you know, I want to talk about it because it's important to talk about. This is really important, and I want to inform all of you guys out there that watch my content, because I'm at the point where I'm worried if my account is safe with all this happening, because this is clearly a Netflix issue. So, all I'm going to say is that it's very clear that a lot more people are becoming aware of the situation. Arcane is now trending on Twitter as well with the situation, and it seems like a lot of the mainstream public is finding out now about the current leaks that's been happening at Netflix, because let's be fair here. Yes, anime is definitely a lot more popular in this day and age now in 2024 than it was like 4 or 5 years ago, but it is still very niche in comparison to something like Arcane or other things. And so a lot of people might not be really aware of what's been happening for the past few days, because obviously Dandadan, Ranma, and, you know, we have like other series like Terminator the Anime, etc. getting leaked. Some people might not be like fully aware of those stories or series, etc. They might have flew under the radar. But now that Arcane, a high-profile series that was talked about for months by pretty much the giant portion of the online community for a very long time, yeah, this is not something that can be just swept under the rug, or a lot of people are going to, you know, not know about. A lot of people are going to find out about this today. So, yeah, I feel like a lot bigger YouTubers, way bigger than me now, are probably going to start talking about the subject. I'm going to assume probably as this continues to develop, you're going to have people like Asmongold, etc. probably talking about this in the next few days, because this is absolutely insane stuff that's been going on. I hope to see more people talk about it. But, yeah, overall, Netflix, you need to make a statement. At this point in time, you need to let us know if we need to worry or change our account information, because this isn't normal. This is really not normal. It's not just one series, not a few episodes being leaked. We're talking about full series of anime, and now over half of Arcane being leaked. The question is, at this point, when is it going to stop? What else is going to be leaked, etc.? So we'll see. I'll leave it at that, though. Thank you so much for watching. May all of you have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.